We're ready to start. Okay. Welcome, everyone, to the Historic and Architectural Review Board meeting for Wednesday, November 1st, 2024. Order of business. First order of business is a call to order. The second order of business is the Pledge of Allegiance. The next order of business is review and approval of minutes from April 3rd, 2024. Do I have a motion to approve?
I approve the minutes of April 3rd.
Okay.
2024.
Did? Okay. We have 2 yays. I also say yay. The motion carries. The next order of business is application for board review, HARB 2024-05, 205 St. David's Court, build a 50 square foot addition, window restoration, new bay window, 2 overhangs at entry doors. Before we get into the presentation, I would like to share some basic background on this property. According to Radnor Township records, it is a contributing property. The architect was Horace Trumbauer. I think, as we all know, a very noted architect, and he was local. According to Radnor Historical Society's Historic Resource Survey, it was built circa 1891. The architect was Horace Trumbauer. According to Zillow, the architect was Horace Trumbauer and built in 1896. According to Delaware County property records, it was built in 1896. The building area is 2,808 square feet living. The style, old. Again, I sometimes get a kick out of some of the county records, especially with a house like this. Exterior walls, stucco, total square footage, 20,691 square feet. Please introduce yourself and share your plans with us.
The owner is Cynthia Lee Johnson, and she's going to introduce herself first. I'm her architect, Melanie Holmes.
Good evening. Thank you for having me. I'll be short and I'll be brief. Okay, I'm Cynthia Lee Johnson. I purchased the carriage house last November, and my husband and I have lived in Radnor Township for 40 years. Our 2 sons went to Radnor High School and to St. Catherine's. And my 6 grandchildren still live here, and they go to, 3 of them go to St. Catherine's, and 3 of them have gone through the high school. 2 of them are still in high school, though. Sadly, my husband passed away 2 years ago, but I stayed here in the area. He was in the financial sector and also was in the U.S. Navy and was in Vietnam. For 32 years, I was in the interior design industry. And I currently serve on the board at the Philadelphia Museum of Art and on the George Washington Council at the Museum of American Revolution. My interest has always been antiques and history and trying to preserve the best. When I saw this house, I was told it was Trumbar, but I wasn't sure it was Trumbar until I researched it as much as I could, which I did with the help actually of the Radnor Historical Society. They have been great. I'm going to show, I don't know, can I show this? Okay. Let me just show that picture. After researching the history, which was the original lot, the owner, the architect, and the developer, I found that the carriage house exhibits true elements of the young, exuberant architect Horace Trumbar. I do want to show you this one map, if you could see it. This was 1893, and this was the mainline Pennsylvania Railroad map, and you could see in blue the outline of the lot, the original lot. In front, the reddish color is the original house, which burnt down, J.B. Sabert. And the barn was there. So my question was to myself was that the original barn? And yes, it was the original barn. It wasn't built separately by a separate owner or by a separate architect later on. Trumbar's signature detailing is evident throughout the house with the shingle, wood siding, the Palladian windows, both in the front and the back, and the fan deck in the front also. Let me put this up again. You can see it more clearly. The octagonal cupola and the eyebrow window in the front on the right-hand side. Can you see that? Let me see. I'll show you a picture of that. And Trumbar incredibly did this. There's a cupola again and the eyebrow window. Trumbar did this, I think it was like 1892 when he was in his early 20s. So this was before he became the Gilded Age architect. And in this little stable for the two horses, he put as many elements as he could, architectural elements, to make it beautiful and creative. It's really an exuberant design for such a tiny edifice. My intentions are to preserve the historical integrity of the little stable, but enhance the interior a little bit, as much as I can. And I don't want to change the look of the house or the importance of the house to Trumbar's story and history, and also to Wayne, because Wayne has beautiful homes. And anyway, for this reason, I've worked with Melanie Holmes, a respected and very, very capable architect, and I've appreciated all her help and suggestions with the house. And I'd like to thank you and the Radnor Historical Society, because they really did help me, assist me in getting information. So thank you very much, and I'll let Melanie speak. Thank you. Melanie, all yours.
Thank you, Cynthia. I appreciate her passion for architectural history. I just really, I think it's an interesting fact that she's a trustee of the Philadelphia Museum of Art, which is Trumbar's pinnacle, and also potentially one of the very first things he ever did when he was 21 years old, before he went on his journey. So I find that interesting. The horse stable is internalized, and it's on a flag lot now. It is, it's not, on the original map here, it was one of a collection of outbuildings of 4 grand houses on that piece of lot. So not very many people can publicly see this place from St. David's Court now, but it is visible from the road, and as you're going down the driveway, which is along here, you begin to see the 2 vertical elements of the horse stable, and one is the chimney, the original chimney, and the cupola. And it's a very interesting architectural partie, and we've done a little bit of research of some stables on the main line and what the program for those stables are. And we believe that the original stable, the square, was a perfect 34 by 34 gambrel roof form for the horses, with the ventilation in the top, the harnesses in the fireplace where the fella used to stay right there. And the addition onto it on the side here is a hip roof, and that's where the carriages used to be. So the partie for this architectural elevation was the gambrel roof, and it's very extended. It's a very stretched to get into the 34 feet shape that he used there. And there is something that's combining these two forms, and that's this very horizontal motif. It's a shed roof that stretches 50 feet across the front of the house, and it was used to as a shelter for the two rolling doors that would open up and go straight through the horse stable. So this area here and this area here was probably two original identical rolling doors that would move back and forth along that 24-foot track. And then this is also a 24-foot track. So what we're trying to do is get back closer to what he did rather than in the 70s when they made this a residence. They infilled it and added some windows. We want to limit the amount of infill as much as possible and put good fenestration and a custom door on the front. So in an elevation here, we would like to put this back. Right now there's a stock sliding glass metal door with brick infill on the two sides and the bottom. And we would like to do a custom door there made by a craftsman in a wood shop and put original doors back in that place. We would like to take out the modern windows that are there that have no muttons in this area and make it extend as far down to the floor as possible. This floor had to be raised from the old barn floor when they converted it to a residence. So it's up about 23 inches from the original floor height. So we would like to bring those windows down as much as possible. The thing that Horace did that was so interesting to me as an architect was, even when you're coming down the driveway, you can see this very long line that is going down the outside of the house. You can see the little rooflet there. It's a little copper roof, and these big black iron pieces along here. We want to do a couple of things. We want an overhang on the front door so that there's a little bit of cover there. So we would like to put the overhang here, and that will look something like this. But we want to maintain that black strip along the front. So the overhang, the original overhang is about this large in that place. And we would just like to extend it to be about 3 feet with a bracket that's modeled from the original bracket that is on the building at this location. So that when she comes into the house here, we would just like an overhang at that location. The thing that he did that is interesting is every move he made was stretching the line. It was all about the horizontal line. So the fenestration on the top, he actually has a 9-light, and then this fenestration, he actually stretches the pane of glass so that it's a horizontal proportion. And then he goes back to another regular one. And then in this location, again, he stretches that horizontal pane. And he's really just trying to get this to stretch from point to point. And we would like to pick up on that and take those horizontal panes and replicate that for the horizontality on the bottom. So that's the idea for the windows in these two locations. The front of the house, that's really all we're doing to the front of the house. The piece, there's in about 10 years ago, a porch was added to this home on the back. This is the back elevation. And there is an open porch at this location here. And it is located here, and the side of it is here. And what we would like to do is extend that roof across the back and infill this porch that was created about, I think it was 2015. And we would like that to have the detailing that's similar to the front. So for this 50 square feet here, we would like to pick up on the barn motif there again and extend that line down so that it has the height again rather than being truncated at this floor line, which is 23 inches above the original. So this is an enclosure at this location. This is the side elevation, and this is a blow up of the front. And then we would like a cover to extend across to the doorway, and this is the south facing side with about 5 feet of overhang for a little porch on the back at that location. Is that clear? So across the back is the piece that we would like to fill in right here with the porch extending here. We would like the porch to be minimized. It's going up too high so that it would actually touch this area, but we would like to have it a lower copper roof. This is like a manufactured copper roof. In this location, we would like to do a handmade copper roof to extend across this piece to that location. And I think those are really the only changes that we would like to make at this time.
Are there any further comments or questions from the board?
I have one observation. I think you've done one of the best jobs with pictures, and both of you with explanation, and trying to go back instead of wiping out the past. You're trying to bring it back a little, and hugely admired. The pictures are just wonderful.
Good. I'm glad. I hope it's clear. The detailing that we want to put in the original wood windows like the original building. So the windows will be wood. We care about the detailing. We care about the cross-buck detail on the bottom with lamb's tongue detail. We want everything made from wood, and we want the copper roof to be like the original copper roof, not the copper roof that's in the pieces that are on the back now. Just anything that we can do to make it historical like the original.
I agree with everything Terry said. It makes it easy to follow what you all did here. Very nice job.
I agree too, and excellent work. Do we have a motion?
Why don't you do the motion, and I'll do the
I'd
second.
recommend that we issue a certificate of appropriateness.
And I'll second.
Wonderful.
We have a motion for a certificate of appropriateness. There are 2 yays. I also say yay. The motion carries, and the board recommends to commissioners a certificate of appropriateness. Thank you again for presenting to us today.
Thank you very much. We really appreciate it.
All right. Is there any public comment? Oh. All right, we just weren't sure, so, I thought I'd ask. Okay. Well, the next meeting of the HARB is scheduled for June 5th, 2024 at 6:30 p.m. Applications for the June 5th meeting must be submitted on or before May 21st, 2024. Do we have a motion to adjourn?
A motion to adjourn.
Second.
We are adjourned, and thank you for joining us, everyone, and have a great evening. That was really straightforward. I thought it was really well done.
Oh, beautiful. I have booked